We own Chocolate City Travel, and as we travel in the Europe area, we've often been told about the phone cards that work in Europe to call back home, and they're a lot cheaper than the cell phones. Our cell phones run about $2 a minute to call home, and I wanted to find something that was a little more reasonable. So I went and pursued trying to use one of these phone cards. You can buy them at a tobacco shop, or you can buy them at a newspaper stand, and you just have to remember to ask for the phone card that you can call the U.S. Quite often they speak English, so it's pretty easy. But here, make sure the card has a flag on the front or some reference to the USA. The cost of this card was €6. They run about 10 cents a minute to make the calls. It was really pretty good. If you look on the front of the card, you'll see that there's this 900 number you can call. That's similar to an 800 number in the States. The second thing, once you dial the 900 number, you will hear someone speaking. If you don't understand the words, just press whatever the number is here for English. This one, for example, is 2. Then it'll convert to English, and you'll understand the words. The next thing I'll ask you to do is key in the code, and here is the code. When you buy the card, this code will be under silver, so you won't be able to see it, and then you have to scratch it off like you would a lottery ticket. The next thing it will tell you to do is right here. You might not be able to read it, but for an international call, dial 00 plus the country code plus the phone number. For example, if you were going to call the U.S., you would dial 00. The country code for the U.S. is 1, and then the area code and number. It's really pretty simple, and it really is very reasonable to call home. Okay, when you're going to use a phone with the phone card that looks like this, you come to a phone that looks like this, and you go up to it, and then you dial the number that's on the front of your card. Here's an example of a tobacco shop sign. You see them everywhere through Europe, and this is where you would stop to buy bus tickets or the phone card, and it looks like a lottery ticket if you want. One of the things I want to remind you is the card only works in the country that you buy it in. At least that's what we found when we did the trip. We bought them in Barcelona in Spain and could not use them in Italy. You have to buy another card in Italy. So you have to kind of decide, I guess, what country you're going to spend the most amount of time in. And you can only get them in the newspaper store and the tobacco shops in that country. You can't buy them, at least I don't believe so, off the internet to take with you to go to Europe. That's just what I found out on this trip. To buy the cards for the phone, you buy them in a place like this, and just make sure you ask for a U.S. card, phone card.